Hey everybody, JT and Heidi Lee here, and we are back doing a video.
Long time no see.
Shocker, right? But we were recently watching a video by Don, the old goat. If you haven't checked out his channel, we'll put a link here below. But he showed us his Monkees collection, which we really enjoyed seeing and thought we can relate. So he kind of inspired us to show our Monkees collection. So we're going to try not to spend a whole lot of time on each item because this could probably be an hour's or more long video. But if you're curious about what's in a couple of Monkees Nuts collection, we're going to show you. We've got, that sounded bad. We've got CDs, we've got vinyl, we've got all kinds of little trinkets that we've collected over the years. I guess we can start by just saying, how did you get into liking the Monkees?
One of my earliest television memories is being maybe like 2-3 years old and sitting on the floor of my grandmother's house on a Saturday morning and seeing the end credits. That's my earliest memory.
So that's like,
and then they would sometimes
what year would that have been?
73.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They must have been on Saturday mornings like everybody knows they were back then. And then we would sometimes have a memory of them if me and my friends or me and my sister were talking about music. And my sister would remember them a little more vividly because she's 3 years older. And I remember my friend Tommy Bozzacco said he had a little corgi monkey mobile at one time. And then when the revival came up, when they showed them on MTV and they played like last year in the Clarksville and Z100, and my sister was all excited. I was like, wow, this is really good. And it didn't bother me, they use session guys. The Beach Boys are all
I have to say, if you have to leave a comment of the saying like, oh, the Monkees suck, they didn't play their own instruments. I mean, just please move on. You don't get it, you're never gonna get it. And if you just genuinely don't like the Monkees because it's not your thing, that's totally fine. But if your reasoning is the whole they're a manufactured band, then you just don't understand, and it's going to be okay.
They've gained respect. And then when the revival came on MTV, I just went in head first because Rhino Records was reissuing Monkey stuff before the MTV revival. They had some compilations and they did some of the later records that weren't well known, the post-television ones. And then I just went head first and started buying all of them. In high school I had all the way up to Head.
Oh wow.
I didn't see the other ones around much, but I just
went from
there. Just remember I bought a Monkey shirt. I probably still have it downstairs. It's really tiny now. Plain white with the logo, and it almost got my ass kicked in high school by these why don't you listen to something good like Cinderella?
Oh well.
I was in the wrong classes for being a Monkees fan.
Yeah, mine is a little similar to yours. I mean, it was the 80s when they were on MTV that I first saw them. And again, it's one of my very first television memories is watching the Monkees on MTV with my brother. And one of the Halloween episodes is kind of on my brain as something that I saw first on television was the Monkees. And it's just another one of those things where it's they're timeless. I mean, the comedy is timeless because they put them in situations and scenarios that could happen at any time, but it just happened to be set in the 60s, and there's the imagery and the colors and the music, and it just, like I've said before, combined all of my favorite things, comedy, music, and cute boys. So
the first episode I remember seeing when it came back on MTV was when they have the auto race, the second season one, and you can tell Mickey's completely stoned through that. I remember turning on MTV. Yeah,
the second season I think is much more fun than the first season.
I remember turning on MTV and seeing the scene where the telephone is like riding away, and I was like, "Oh, the Monkees!" And I remember, like I said, I have memories of seeing the end credits. Vague memories of seeing the show on a Saturday morning as a baby.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why it kind of really worked on MTV was because it's so visual, and the music and the combination of all that together and how it was projected. It's timeless, and I think kids are still probably going to be discovering it today. I know that I I discovered them again in the 90s when they were on VH1. I think they had another resurgence of them around. It seems like every decade there's this resurgence of the Monkees. So, and that's when I started buying Monkey stuff. So, well, I'm going to go first because I have the least amount. When we got together, we had a lot of the same albums as far as the Monkees goes. And I ended up kind of either purging or selling or whatever of the doubles that we had once we got together. But one thing that I still have that he doesn't have in his collection was probably something that I bought at Kmart in the 90s probably, but the Monkees Greatest Hits. Great place to start, a Rhino issue, of course. If you don't know much about the Monkees and want to, this is a good little starter Greatest Hits comp. And John?
Okay, this is almost all my Monkey CDs. My first Monkey CDs were the ones on Arista, which I don't have anymore.
Oh, you had CDs?
Yeah,
on
I
Arista?
got those in 1990, the summer of '90, and I got rid of them because I upgraded to the Rhinos. And then people are like, "Oh, the old Arista CDs have the original LP mixes," but stuff like that doesn't bug me anymore. But this is the majority of all my Monkey CDs. The first album on Rhino from '94. And now remember, all these Monkey CDs, when they first came out on Rhino, they all came... Where are you?
Oh, did you keep the...
They all came with little trading cards.
Oh, wow.
And you could send...
Mine didn't have those.
You could send away... You had to send all 9 cards in and get an exclusive Monkees watch from Rhino.
Oh, wow.
Which I didn't do because record nerd that I am, I didn't want to chop up them cards. And then...
Yeah, do you get the cards back, too?
If
you sent them in, I know.
Well, no, you just cut off the perforated part. You had to send in all 9.
Okay.
And then this is the deluxe edition of the first album from 2006. Mono and stereo mixes. Nice pictures, booklet in there.
And they all did really nice. They did re-releases. The deluxe editions that they came out with in the 2000s were really nice.
Oh, yeah. Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees, the 5th album, 1994 Rhino.
You're not going in order of release, you're going in like alphabetical?
That's how I pulled them off the shelf. This also has one of the cards. There's Mike.
Nice. You can hand it to me if you want to get there.
Heidi's least favorite, the very last album, 1970s.
It's not a Monkees album.
1970s Changes.
It doesn't have at least 3 of them. I don't count it as
reduced
a Monkees album.
to a duo of Davey and Mickey. But you can see Mike's shadow on there because that picture's from the Joey Bishop show. Yeah, this Monkees album, I wouldn't say it's completely bad. It's like a Jeff Barry album, but these guys put their vocals over it. You know, Davey or Mickey called it a cardboard tombstone. They were just happy somebody wanted to record them. Not much on it. I mean, some of this stuff, like 99 Pounds, that dates back to 1967. But it doesn't feel like a Monkees album because it's like...
It's depressing.
Kind of like sensual bubblegum. It's like, that's not what you expect from the Monkees. Yeah. I used to have a Rhino LP reissue of that. I'm going to show both of these at the same time because this is the Christmas album from 2018. One of these has 2 bonus tracks. I think I had to go to Target to get it. It has Rio Chiu and Christmas Is My Time of Year. But that's the Christmas CD. And of course, Good Times, which knocked everybody out to come back with such an incredible, great reunion album. And all 4 are on here in a way because they use Davey's vocal, doing another version of Love to Love. This is of Monkey's Head, but this is on an English label called Lightning. Before the Rhino edition came out, I bought this, and I'm asking myself why I hung on to this. Maybe because it has like different pictures, packaging? A different booklet inside, some different pictures. There's no bonus cuts. It's a straight reissue. Yeah, but it has pictures from the film in there. This came out before the Rhino reissue, Rhino CD reissue. So I hung on to that. And here is the Rhino reissue from 1994 with bonus cuts. Headquarters, the one where they produced, well, they didn't produce, but handled all the musical backing themselves with some help from Chip Douglas. Headquarters Deluxe Edition. The Headquarters Sessions, which goes for big money, but we don't sell our stuff.
No,
We love it too much.
Does it really?
I think so.
What number? It's number 2894 out of 4,500.
Yeah, I had to send away for that. Instant Replay from '69. There's 2 versions of this cover because there's some versions of the cover. The original LP have 3 different pictures because I had a Rhino LP reissue this with different photos on the front. And this isn't a bad album, but this is an album. It's like, all right, after the show went off the air and the movie flopped and the television special flopped, they said, we just got to get back to doing bubblegum.
Well, didn't they owe an album or 2?
They probably had a contract.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So they tried to get back to just being the Monkees again.
I like it.
I like it too. It charted higher than Head. It actually made the top 40, a little high, made like number 33. And they did promote it with appearances on Happening 68 and stuff. The singles did well locally, but nationally they didn't really hit the top 40. But I like the record. This one, opinions are divided on this from '96. The reunion album, Just Us. Not bad, not spectacular, and not embarrassing either, but not one
There's a couple of good songs on there.
Not one I put on much often. The Live 67, which sounds diabolical, but
it's great.
Stepping Stone, they sound very punkish, but you got to listen to Davey Do Gonna Build a Mountain. But it's not bad. I mean, it's a great, like the Stones got Live If You Want It, or even the Live Kinks, a great time capsule of a live 1960s concert. And these are some of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
The First Missing Links, with great unreleased things on here.
Love it.
This is my favorite of the 3. Volume 2. I think I got this one first, day of release, because CDs always come out on Tuesday. I would get that magazine Ice, Circle I was going to get each month, and head over to, I got this at Compact Discworld, I remember. But this is one of my favorites. Brings back memories of the winter, I think it was like the winter, autumn of 1990 I bought this. Just some of my favorite Monkee songs are on that. This is where I thought they started scraping the bottom of the barrel. Volume 3. There's some good stuff.
Okay.
There's some okay stuff, but I don't go to this one very often. The second to last album, The Monkees Present, originally thought to be, their plan was going to be a double album with each member getting a side and then a group side. And then Cole Gem said, yeah, that's not going to fly. But another one got as high as number 100 for a week and it fell off. But it's one of those, I just have a fascination with the post-television. It's like, you learn, there's still, when I learned of these later records, you're like, they were still
making records? Yeah.
The second album, More of the Monkees. I know Heidi's a bit divided on this. It's one of my favorites, but we all know we skip over The Day We Fall in Love.
Yeah, I think the reason why that is probably my least favorite of all of the 4, all of the albums where the 4 of them made the albums. I can't talk tonight. But it's my least favorite, I think, of the original Monkees albums, probably because of there's a lot of schmaltz on this album. But it does, the reason why it still stands up, in my opinion, is because it's got, of course, I'm a Believer, Mary Mary, Stepping Stone.
She.
Yeah, She.
Some of my favorite Monkee songs
are
there.
There's some great ones. Exactly, yeah.
And here is the deluxe edition of said album, mono and stereos with bonus material. And then this is my favorite Monkees album is Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones.
Me too.
The perfect balance of the band themselves and session guys and strong writing. But of course, we always skip over a Davey song, Hard to Believe.
Yeah, there's poor Davey.
Our favorite song is on there, Love Is Only Sleeping. And here's the deluxe edition, 2 CD, mono and stereo. Now I have a few more I couldn't hold in my lap.
That's okay.
The box set, super deluxe of Birds, Bees, and Monkees I got from Rhino. I think it was on sale one day, and I was able to grab it. I would like to take it apart and show you everything, because everything's going to fall out. But I think there's a 7-inch in there that came with the set. And then I also have the Monkees Live, the Mike and Mickey Show, which is very impressive, very good CD. I know you just said if it doesn't have more than three, it's not a Monkees album. But this is really good.
Yeah.
So that's all of my. One more.
And a box set.
I remember when I told Heidi about that, you were like, box set? 1990s, Listen to the Band. the first great American overview of their career. It wasn't just like a chintzy greatest hits, because it covers everything and even has newer recordings all the way up to That Was Then, This Is Now, Heart and Soul. And one of the coolest things about this, besides the booklet, is this great poster of all the memorabilia.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I used to sit and just look at this and drool over this. Like, oh wow.
That is really cool.
I wonder if Andrew Sandoval probably had involvement with this, because he's involved in everything. Monkees. But yeah, 1990s or 1991. Listen to the band box set. We sometimes see individual discs of this in used stores.
Yeah.
So
all right, so that's CDs. So up next are the 45s.
yeah, we just have a select few. You always see the hits around. The later ones you don't see around much, but we have quite a few. There's different pressings of some of these, especially the early ones, different typefaces if you want to get that nerdy. But we have a copy of Last Train to Clarksville, no picture sleeve. The I'm a Believer, Not Your Stepping Stone picture sleeve. There's also different versions of the sleeves that will have different writing down here. Like this one says Monkees Fan Club asked for the Monkees album. Pleasant Valley Sunday and Words. Surprised this didn't have a picture sleeve, but this is kind of a really beat copy of A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. Oh, this was yours, because you got your handwriting on it. And that has one of our favorite Monkees songs on the B-side, The Girl I Knew Somewhere, a Nesmith tune. Daydream Believer, Going Down, with a sleeve. This is great. I got this off of eBay. From Head, the Monkees Porpoise song, As We Go Along, with an upside-down jukebox strip. But really great. Another one of the post television show ones, Teardrop City, A Man Without a Dream. Supposedly this drawing, Peter actually was in this, but they put this strip here with the title and blocked Peter out. The original illustration, he was in there. Oh, I guess I thought I had a picture sleeve for this, but I don't. This is an original copy. Listen to the Band, backed with Someday Man, one of their strongest post-television show singles.
I think that you got the Cold Gems sleeve too.
Cool, huh?
That's cool.
There is a picture sleeve for this. I thought I had them. I'm thinking back to when I found, when I was working in the record store, in a box in the back, I found like 4 copies of it with picture sleeve, but they sold right away. That Was Then, This Is Now, which Davey had to be a little snit and didn't want to be credited, so it just says Mickey Dolenz and Peter Tork of the Monkees. This song originally done by Long Island band The Mosquitoes. I think this came out of the Birds and Bees and the Monkees deluxe set.
Oh yeah.
The Monkees. I didn't know you had it in you, Sally. You're a Real Ball of Fire, which is like some kind of hokey, vaudeville-ish type song. And the flip is an alternate mix of Daydream Believer. I like how they make it look like the old-time sleeves. Ask for the Monkees. And I'll show these together. I bought these. This is another, we didn't need these. I just thought these look really cool. And I love the photos on the front. One of my favorite photo sessions of the Monkees. These are Australian EPs. The Monkees, Volume 1, Volume 2. They must have been big hits in Australia because I got them really cheap from an Australian seller on eBay. All tracks from the first album. It's almost basically, it could be the first album.
Yeah. Basically.
Except for maybe like one song's missing. 8 songs. There might be a few songs missing. But these are just really cool. And those are all of our Monkees 7-inches.
Okay, and now we'll move on to LPs, which you all came here for, right? So we'll go back and forth because I got a stack of mine, and then you have your many that you have.
Yeah,
so
okay. Who wants to go first?
Go first.
This is the 10-inch of Good Times Plus. Was for Record Store Day. I don't know what year. I bought this because I think there's one song on here that is not on Good Times album. Then it has version 2 of Me and Magdalena, my favorite song from the album. This is a faster tempo version, which I quite like. Heidi's on the fence about it. She likes the slower version, but I think this is on some kind of translucent vinyl.
Ooh.
Kind of peach looking.
Oh.
But
cool.
Yeah, Good Times Plus.
All right, and then from my collection, the 45s were kind of mixed in between yours and ours, but our vinyl is still separate in case anybody wonders. Yeah, this is just a copy of the first album. I don't remember where or how I got it, but it is the one with just the where is it? Papa Gene, Gene. So I know the old goat was talking about the spellings, but I'll show the other one really quick. But I do have the one where it's spelled Papa Jean too. So I just happened upon this probably at a record store somewhere and just said, I'm a nerd enough to, oh, look at that. The print is higher on this one too.
I think one is mono, one's stereo.
This one, Com 101. Oh, well.
One is
it's
mono, one is stereo.
It's different enough for me to have gotten it and added it to my collection. So
now this next one, I found this next one at a Beach Boys convention in New Jersey. And looking back, I think I met Andrew Sandoval there. Before I knew who Andrew Sandoval was, he had a table selling records. I look at Andrew now and I'm like, he looks like the guy I spoke to at a table. Because I had the Hollywood Strings play the Beach Boys albums under my arm. He said, oh, these are those Hollywood Strings? You don't see them much. And I bought this from a dealer there at this Beach Boys convention. And when I shared this online years later, other Monkees fans were like flipping out because they thought it was real, but it's a bootleg. It's on Zilch Records, and it is the audio soundtrack to 33 1/3 Revolutions per Monkey. There's the back cover.
That's so cool.
Kind of canceled out now because you can get the recordings from this on the Instant Replay Super Deluxe album, so it
used to be much more desirable. I know when we were getting to know each other and she was showing me records and stuff, I was like, oh, what is that? What?
So now it's a bit invalid.
But it's still cool. Okay. And then I just have a copy of the second album on vinyl, and I think I got it for like $1 at some point at a record store in Loves Park, I think, in Illinois. And I liked that it had the little Kmart tag on there. So our price, $3.57, and I probably paid $1 for it back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
This is one of my Monkees records from high school. I sold off all the ones I had in high school and I upgraded the CD. I had the Rhino reissues, but I hung on to this one. It just has sentimental memories. I played the hell out of it, but this actually came out before the Monkees revival. Rhino was doing these albums, and there's two versions. This is the second version. This is a picture disc called Monkey Business that has tracks that weren't the hits back then at the time, were lesser known tracks. People wanted this because it has Love to Love, which was unreleased for years.
Stuff on the Missing Links.
Steam Engine, and also the theme song sung by Mickey in Italian. And it's mainly album tracks post 1967. There's two versions of this because the first version doesn't have, but this version has, before Sunday Man, there's some studio chatter, somebody going, 2 dozen, 2 dozen, which I always like to think it's Peter, but I know it's not Peter. But them at WLS in Chicago, and the other photo the other photo is just a black and white photo. You've seen them 100 times, so you have to
And here's my vinyl copy of my favorite Monkees album, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. And I'm not going to get them out of the closet when I show you our random stuff, but in my closet I have a pair of white canvas sneakers that John had somebody on Etsy painted the cover
up in Gaylord,
of this album.
Girl.
And they're really cool. It's just they're in my closet, and it's too much of a pain in the butt to get them out right now. I never wore them because I'm like, I don't want to get these dirty, so they're in a box and they're loved. So
this is another of my high school Monkees records. Again, I don't know why I hung on to it, I guess, for sentimental reasons. Because it means a lot to me. But apparently, this is Rhino's reissue of the Head soundtrack, which was, I think, actually reissued before the 80s revival. And according to some documentation, the version of Circle Sky in here is a slightly different mix than what was on the original LP. But just a lot of memories of... in the summertime, I would bring my stereo down to the basement and listen to records down there between school years because it was cool every day. I just remember playing this a lot. Just another one of my after Pisces. This is like my next favorite Monkees record. But yeah, this is my Rhino Records reissue that I listened to. I think I got this 11th grade, perhaps.
And then John got me this vinyl Japanese version of the Monkees Instant Replay. And all on the back is in Japanese. So
is that a gatefold? No. 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 You see, that has the 3 different photos compared to my CD. Okay. And this is the gem of our Monkees collection, at least to me. The one I gloat over the most. The one I've been...
Just so particular people.
The one... I had some kid on Facebook kept bugging me, wanted to buy it off me for big bucks. I'm like, no, I want it. It's mine. It's my collection. Also, it was part being a record collector.
You fell on it.
Record collector scum. We were down in Lansing record shopping. We went to the zoo and stuff. Went to Flat Black and Circular, the Record Lounge. It's called the Record Lounge, the Vinyl Lounge. And I see this in the rack. I'm like, oh, another copy. And then I look again.
No.
Mono. Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees.
You still have the tag on it, too.
COM 109. Mono copy of Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. How much did I pay? $6. I got offered $1,000 from some kid on Facebook.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I didn't believe it because...
Why?
Number one, I didn't believe it because I'm like, send me the money first.
Yeah.
So I just he kept trying to offer me like the Beach Boys' first single on Candix, and I'm like, I'm not interested.
He wants to trade.
Then eventually he told me he got a copy somewhere for $700. And I'm like,
is it really worth that much? It's worth what someone wants to pay for it.
I've said in our previous videos, a record's only worth what it's worth to you. I mean, I get a little thrill.
And that one's priceless because you just fell on it.
Yeah, I fell on it. And it is a little thrill to think, like, this is worth $1,000.
It's funny, we have almost everything Monkees, except for we don't have Pool It, which I don't know why I don't have Pool It on CD, because I don't mind Pool It. But we always look when we go to record stores in the Monkees section, because you never know. Even if you have everything, you never know what you're going to find.
Yeah. But also, there's a variation with the cover of Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. Some copies, they had to take Davy's Edith Side Bottom poem off for some reason. But it says minor marks, no skips, original mono copy, $6. I don't know if that was a mistake or on purpose. They just did the research, didn't give a shit. But hey, score for John.
Yeah. Woohoo. And this is another... This was my copy of Good Times.
It's the
coloring book might be in
I bought
here.
her the Good Times coloring book from Randy Now's Man Cave before we visited there. They had on Facebook, and I can't find it. We wanted to show it. I don't know if he stuck it in there. There they are.
Yeah, because it came with the stickers.
I'm going crazy thinking we lost it.
The coloring book. I knew I would have put it somewhere that it made sense. I wouldn't have just thrown it in a pile somewhere.
No.
So
I thought it was in the back of the closet. Yeah, but that's great record. Andy Partridge and the guy from Fountains of Wayne. Poor guy from Fountains of Wayne died of COVID. Now this next one is a great one. Again, I didn't need this, but it's so nicely sequenced and put together. This came out of Australia and really predates the 80s revival. This came out in 79, and it was the first serious overview of their career. This is Australians' Monkey Mania, 40 timeless hits from the Monkees on Arista EMI Records Australia. Covers everything from Monkees theme all the way up to Going Down. Even has Oh My My and some great stuff. I guess that's out of one of those British annuals or something. Clips and things. And the inner sleeves, you obviously can't read this, but has the entire story.
Tiniest
very
writing.
Very serious overview.
Wow.
And the way it's programmed, it makes for a really great listening experience. And I got this on eBay really cheap. So the Monkees, Monkey Mania on Arista out of Australia.
Nice. And my copy of Headquarters that I bought at Toad Hall in Rockford when I was probably maybe 16, 17 years old. So it's just something that just, you keep things for sentimental reasons. And this is probably, it's up there in my favorite Monkees albums, probably about number 3, I think.
Yeah.
So
my copy of Headquarters, also in mono, that I got for free from a gentleman that we go visit occasionally out in the village of Atwood, who has a pole barn of all kinds of collectibles, and he got tired of this pile of records sitting there. He's like, you can have them all, and this was in there, so I have a cool mono copy of Headquarters on Cold Gems, and I think this is a second Cold Gems pressing. You're supposed to be able to tell by the Cold Gems logo and the Screen Gems logo, because there's like 1969 pressings. But either way, they're my favorite Monkees records.
And along with my... I'm going to cut that out. And another kind of version of Headquarters. My brother got this for us. This is the Stacko Tracks versions, which is the original backing tracks and instrumental versions of the album. And it's probably a lot of things that are on Headquarters sessions, but, you know, really narrowed down to
I see it splits up the individual Zilch tracks.
Oh, yeah. Peter, Mickey, Davey, Mike. Yeah, that's interesting right there. Yeah. So it's a fun record.
I found this downtown in Eugene's Record Co-op, and not for much money. It was pretty cheap. An original copy of Head with the original Mylar cover, as Mickey Dolenz is famously quoted as saying, "These covers are ruining the presses at RCA." But this is an original on Cold Gems, and it plays pretty well. Somebody did enjoy it, but it's not trashed. There's some surface noise, but like John Peel used to say, life has surface noise, mate.
Mm-hmm. And something that I had in my collection that you don't have in yours is an
so cool.
vinyl copy of the Monkees Present. And one thing I always thought was interesting, I'm like, is this a sticker? Or is it part of the album? Because it looks like something that would be on a Mike Nesmith solo album, which that always, I don't know, it kind of weird,
it's
weird
one of those rub-on
with it, you know? But yeah.
It fits.
Yeah.
One of those rub-on transfers. Is that all your Monkees vinyl?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. All right, well, now we're breaking into some things of mine, items of mine that are Monkees-related fun stuff. This I got on eBay years ago, and this is one of those records where I don't know how, so when I moved here completely, somewhere between Jersey and Michigan, this record developed a warp on its first track. But this is the Manhattan Strings play hits of the Monkees on Tower, Capitol's subsidiary, where they put all the weird stuff that didn't fit on Capitol. And quite a fun, interesting little record. Elevator music versions of Monkees hits, but it's not like bland. It's pretty fun. It's on that legendary or whatever infamous ochre-colored Tower label, produced by Mike Kerb of Sidewalk Productions.
Right. And my final one is just the 80s. That was Then and Now, the best of the Monkees. This is when I first heard the Monkees. So when I came across this album, I had to grab it because, you know, it's like the origins of my Monkee admiration was around this time. Because my brother had this cassette, I believe. So Then and Now, Best of the Monkees from 1986.
Continuing on with Monkees related things, I just realized I think I have the CD of this because Real Gone Music put it out. But this is another one. The Monkees songbook played by the Golden Gate Strings, more elevator music versions of Monkees tunes, and fun in that, you know, cheesy kind of space age pop kind of way. They also did, if you see on the back, the Bob Dylan songbook. But it's mainly tracks from the first two records. I mean, you got to hear "I'm Not Your Stepping Stone" played with cellos doing that. Now, I actually have two copies of this, but I can only locate the one. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. Another one, the Living Strings played I'm a Believer and other Monkees hits. The version of Mary Mary on here is like really fun, like go-go music. This is a cool record. I think I found one copy in Goodwill on my own. The other one was when one of our radio station friends was doing a live broadcast, and this guy Ted showed up with a box of records and gave it to us. I said, "Oh, Ted, can I have this?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." But this is on RCA's budget label, Camden. Just a really fun record. It's fun stuff. Well, this kind of falls into solo stuff, which is what we're going to do later. Now, maybe I should save that for the solo stuff then. But next up, this is one of those cheapo cash-ins. There's no band credited, but this is called Monkey Business on the Wyncote label. Wyncote was a subsidiary of Cameo Parkway. The name Wyncote is like a neighborhood in Philadelphia where Cameo Parkway was based. They only do they only do two Monkee songs in here. I'm a Believer, Last Train to Clarksville. Everything else has song titles that could easily fool you into thinking it's a Monkees record. So they have titles like Sunday's Kid, Sally Sally, yeah, Papa's Blue Jeans. Our friend Michael Lynch says he figured out or learned from somebody who the actual band is on here, or some local Philadelphia garage band. But it was a cheapo cash, and we got this for free from our friend Daytona Dave. Also got this one from Daytona Dave. Another copy of More to Monkees, a mono copy. Well, what's so special about this? Does anybody care that the back cover's upside down? Anybody give a crap? No. Rarity? Who knows?
Sure,
Just
we'll take it.
The thing sold him. He gave it to me for free. Thanks, Dave. And this last one is another one. Didn't need it. Found this down in Cadillac. What's the store in Cadillac called?
Nobody cares.
Nobody Cares Vinyl. And I've always looked at this, seen it online. I buy records just for the cover art. This is a British record, a British best of on Music for Pleasure from EMI. It wasn't expensive, and I bought it because I just like that cover. It just like encapsulates the 1966
First
Monkees.
season.
Yeah, and it seems to be taking on a break because Mike is eating a donut. but it goes all the way up. It has all the hits plus album tracks like Shades of Grey, but it does include Listen to the Band. But yeah, this was like the most Monkees thing most recent Monkees purchase of mine. I think from last year. I just bought it for the cover. All right, and this is all solo stuff, CDs and LPs. I'll just breeze through it. Mickey Dolenz sings Nesmith. The reissue of Davy Jones' first album on Friday Music with bonus selections. Cosmic Partners, Mike Nesmith and Red Rhodes live at McCabe's Guitar Shop, August 73. The Michael Nesmith First National Band reunion record at the Troubadour in 2018. This is a 2 CD set of his third and fourth albums. The National Band, Nevada Fighter and Tantamount to Treason. A 2 CD set of his first 2 records, Magnetic South and Loose Salute. Got this before I got everything else. This is a pretty comprehensive best of his first 3 records, key tracks, just called Listen to the Band, Michael Nesmith on RCA Camden. This is a twofer, of his 6th and 7th albums, maybe. And the hits just keep on coming, and pretty much your standard ranch stash. And I got some Nesmith singles. Of course, Joanne, his only top 40 hit from 1970, post Monkees. One of my favorite solos of his, Silver Moon, one of my favorite of his solo tracks. And a promo of I've Just Begun to Care, Propinquity. An original copy of his 1968 project, Michael Nesmith Presents the Wichita Train Whistle Sings, which I got for free from Daytona Dave. I think it's about 1977 or so, Michael reissued this on his Pacific Arts label, the Wichita Train Whistle Sings. His third album, Nevada Fighter, with the National Band.
I love these.
This is his first one, right? Magnetic South came first? Yeah, because Joanne's on it. That's his first album on RCA. His second album, Loose Salute, with the National Band, also on RCA. Both came out in 70. From a Radio Engine to a Photon Wing with Rio. Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma with Cruisin'.
And we have an autographed copy of this in the hallway that we'll show you in a little bit.
Just got this at a record show last year, live at the Palais, Michael Nesmith.
You can make noodles with it.
Yeah. Davy's solo album on Colpix.
He's no Davy Jones.
Yes. Oh, here it is.
Here's the other one.
My other copy. It was so fun. It's so funny. I looked for this record for years. I moved to northern Michigan. I find 2 copies in Goodwill. Al Hurt plays popular TV themes. I got this because he does theme from the Monkees. Learned about this through some group on Facebook, but this is like an easy listening album, and they do a Pleasant Valley Sunday and also some other 60s hits. This guy was some kind of actor, crooner, and he's Frankie Randall, the Mods and the Pops. I've had his version of I Can See for Miles on one of those Golden Field CDs forever, but he covers Hard to Believe from Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. And this is another one. I always wanted it, never saw it anywhere in all my record years back home. I find it in Goodwill. Floyd Kramer plays the Monkees on RCA. Piano instrumental versions of Monkees tunes, mainly first and second album stuff. Of course, Stepping Stone is the gem.
Okay, so the next part we're going to show you kind of our random things, monkey-related things that we've collected. I know we showed these maybe 3 or 4 videos ago, but some cassettes of Instant Replay and Missing Links and the Monkees Present that I found at a local record store that I just had rescue syndrome for. I don't really care for cassettes that much, but they do look kind of neat. They're like a little compact thing that you can display. So those are some cassettes. We have a sheet music of I Want to Be Free with the very first season, like probably before the show even started, photos of the Monkees on the front. We've got a songbook for souvenir song album, it says on there, for more of the Monkees, in case it was some pictures and stuff inside. So if I ever wanted to take up the piano again, I could play more of the Monkees album. It's maybe 8 years ago or so, we attended a really cool auction a few towns away. It was a very rural area. Surprising that there had been maybe someone who passed away that was a major Monkees and Dark Shadows and all these other things that we're interested in collector. And they had so much stuff. And of course, we couldn't buy everything, but we bought what we could afford. And we got some different lots. And in that lot happened to be, hit myself in the face with it, Monkees trading cards. Now, these aren't the original 60s trading cards. These are probably the ones that came, 1996 Rhino Records cards. But inside they have a photo of, gosh, there's a few things in here that I forgot we had. Here's a photo, nicely printed photo of the guys in the 80s. And they have their program for when they were, I guess they were in Interlaken.
Oh, wow.
At some point.
I didn't know we had that.
Wow. Maybe it's just an Interlaken
program.
Oh, no, it is. Interlaken Arts Camp, Wednesday, July 17th, 1996. So they have their program for where they saw the Monkees at Interlaken up here, along with their ticket stubs.
Oh.
Right up here, too. So that's kind of cool. But they put all their trading cards in this binder, and they have the complete set from the 90s. Again, they're not the originals, of course, but still really cool to have. And then, so you'll see other things, I think, from what we bought at that collection when we go downstairs later. But one of my favorite things that we ever found, we went to the Petoskey Antique Show that they have every summer. And I remember walking around and it was just like, ugh, this isn't very fun. Yeah. It's just nothing but a bunch of what I call like old lady antiques, you know, kind of thing. Nothing groovy or fun. But I was looking at a table and I found an original Monkees fan club kit. And I was just, oh my gosh, I was so excited. It was in this kind of old bag that we still have it in. We paid $28. But inside is really cool. They have the, the generic welcome to the club letter with like the little fact sheets about each guy. You know, here's one about Mike, just telling you all about Mike and his stats and everything. And then they also, this person, well, no, this probably came with it, but you got your little photos of each Monkee in the fan club kit. There's Davy. And then a thing of all of them, little photos from the set. And, of course, my favorite, Peter. And a classic photo, again, probably before the show even filmed, they took those
November
pictures.
65.
So you got the little photos and then like a little membership card, which I think is so cute. Sandy Messervey in Livonia, Michigan. That was her fan club kit card. And then inside, and I used to do this too when I was younger. They have all her papers where she wrote out the lyrics to most of the songs from the first and second album. She cut this out of something and made her own little thing with their signatures on it. I love ephemera stuff like this because it's like, it made me feel a little less nerdy of all the stuff that I
She drew her
drew
names in the style
as
of the
a kid.
logo.
Which this is really cool. Like I would like to like blow this up into a poster or something. That's really fun. It's all the words to your Antique Zelda, which is great. And then oddly enough, they have a couple of clippings from like a 80s 16 magazine, because there's Davy and there's Mickey, and this was probably in the early 80s or late 70s. No, this was in the 70s actually, because you look at the people on the back of it, that's mostly 70s. So for some reason, maybe because of the 70s reruns,
Or
they started putting them back in the
tour with
magazine.
Voice and Heart.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
And then you had
the
tour book.
The tour book was in there as well. I almost forgot about this.
She must have saw them.
So who knows if they originally saw them in 67. But the pictures are just great. I mean, you don't see these. Yeah, I think that's almost everything that we have in the music room. So now come with us to the different parts of our house that have monkeys and monkey related things strewn about. Okay, so this is our music room where you usually see us sitting, talking to you guys, and we make videos. And of course, you have all of our other stuff that we enjoy. But in the back here, we've got a Mike Nesmith hat, not an original or anything. I think you bought that online at some point for me. And then this cool concert poster, reproduction, of course, back there. And then over here, sorry for the unsteady work here, but that little Meet the Monkees thing that's on the back of the first album is on the wall. I'll turn here. I don't think we have anything more Monkees related in this room.
Oh, that flip book.
Oh, that flip book, yeah. So, Flip's Groovy Guide to Groups. Okay, and then our shelf in the living room where we have our Monkees DVDs. This first is the Deluxe Limited Edition box set, VHS set. This was highly coveted and was released in the 90s. Actually, my mom got it for me kind of as a graduation present. It was $300, if you can believe that. But it was something that I really, really wanted and have held on to it and probably will continue to. It's kind of a cool little piece to put on a shelf. Then we also have the regular DVD versions, season 1, and then season 2's over here. There's see if I can hold this steady. There is this is like a Band-Aid case, but inside's like a pen and a pencil and some paper. But that was a 90s promotional thing. We got one of the, what are these called? Showbiz Babies. The Davy Jones one. I think this came from Daytona Dave too.
Yeah.
It's an original. It's got the little monkeys thing on the back. Got an original Peter Tork button that a coworker gave me that belonged to her when she was a little girl, which is really cool. I love it. Sitting on the Monkey Mobile. Move Davy over a little bit. This is some Viewmasters, and this is from the second season. Last Wheelbarrow to Pokeyville. The second season Monkees are my favorite. I'll hold that. And, of course, a Monkey Mobile. John can probably tell you more about that than...
It's one of... I used to collect, and they're all packed away downstairs, the Ertl American Muscle series in 1/18 scale.
Dusty.
And they did some television related type things, but they did the Monkey Mobile. And I remember I complained, it's like, why are they not... There's so much documentation. Why is the roof not white? Instead, it's tan. I know why the Monkees logo is different, because Columbia has the trademark on the logo, so they had to change the logo a bit. But that's my 1/18 scale Monkey Mobile.
Excuse the dust. We don't get up here very often in this, this shelf. But yeah, there's a postcard. I think that came from Dave too.
That's an original.
And yeah, it's a Monkey Club. Thank you for your interest in the Monkees. pretty much advertising that you could be a part of the Monkey Club for $1.50. So Peter Christoph in Peekskill, New York had gotten that. So we'll put that stuff back there. I don't want it to fall behind. There we go. And then we have a set of Monkees playing cards. John, if you want to take out a couple so you can see what they look like on the inside. And of course, the lovely complete series on Blu-ray, which we do access occasionally when we get the feeling of wanting to watch a few episodes.
That was my anniversary present to us.
To us. And then, of course, I've been seeing these a lot lately at the... we got some Monkees banana nut soda from the candy store downtown. It wasn't very good, but the bottle's cool.
Yeah, these the playing cards just have the logo, but they're just regular playing cards. Yeah. But we got these from a junk store up in Northport. I remember that was closing. I was like, hey. So, she was like, $1.
One day we'll show you our other little curiosities up here. I thought we had another little monkey mobile.
John and Lynn gave us that.
Oh, yeah. The Mike Nesmith Rio and Cruisin' Video 45. That was a cool idea, though, when they thought, we could put videos out like they do singles. And got that in a good place here. I also have a DVD of elephant parts and everything, but we'll not worry about the monkey story. Yeah. So, all right. So as we head downstairs, we have some of our original Monkees comics that are framed and hung up on our wall that leads to the basement. On this side, and then we got this one. And then we've got, make sure you don't fall down the stairs, that one. And finally, this one here, which is kind of fun. The voice from Monkey, like the man from U.N.C.L.E. So yeah, we got some posters and things on the wall. And then from my high school days, most girls had posters of the Backstreet Boys on their bedroom walls. And I had this poster on my wall. So go figure, right? Okay, so now we're in our basement where we keep most of our books, and we'll start going through our Monkees and Monkees-related book collection. This is one of those Whitman novels that you see with the different shows, but this one's actually for Circus Boy. So that's little Mickey Dolenz there with the dyed blonde hair. War on Wheels. 2 copies, got at various places, of the Monkees Go mod paperback. Another paperback, Monkees Go Ape. Do these have pictures? Yeah. Wait, do the books have pictures?
2 copies of.
Yeah. People find out we like the Monkees, right? And they're so sweet, and end up, when they find something, they send us whatever they find sometimes. And sometimes that means we get doubles of things, which is totally fine, because oftentimes one copy is better than the other. And if we ever meet another nutty Monkees fan who doesn't happen to have some of this, maybe we'll share someday. So I think we actually have 3 of these, because I have one in my boxes over there. But you see this one a lot. It's a Whitman TV novel. We have a lot of Whitman TV novels, but we think we have about 3 copies of these. But they're cool. I love the cover. And Davies' autobiography, the only authorized story, but I think he wrote another one later on too. Yeah. They Made a Monkey Out of Me from the 80s.
Your copy of this, I believe.
No,
or somebody must have been gifted that too.
Yeah, this is Eric Lefkowitz's Monkey Business, which has been printed multiple times with different covers. Yeah. So there's that.
This was another gift.
Yeah, The Good Times, Examining the Monkey Songs. I'm trying to show the backs too. Cool illustrations.
The legendary Melanie Mitchell's book.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. I love the illustration on the front of this too, but this is a newer print, I think. Yeah.
That only came out in the past few years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Infinite Tuesday, Michael Nesmith's autobiography that he wrote not too long before he passed away. An interesting read if you're looking to find out more about Mike, who always seemed a bit of a mystery. But he kind of didn't really clear up a whole lot, but he was definitely a unique individual. one of the wonderful Monkees annuals, originals. I love these. I think you got this for us again as a gift.
It was a Christmas gift for you, but it's one of those things that's for
yeah,
both of us.
These are so cool. If you ever get the opportunity to get these and you love the Monkees, they have, comics and things you'd probably see in magazines and everything, but this one's a particular favorite because it's got the later Monkees in there. Don't you have a Triumph shirt like Mike's?
I have a shirt like that, but it says Nesmith.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah.
I saw that somewhere, but they're just so much fun. I really, really love the annuals. That's a 67 annual?
That might be 8.
8.
Because they did 3, and I have...
Oh.
That's my copy. And this is your copy.
Yeah, my copy. I've had this for many years. I got this when I was in high school. And I saw Mickey in one of those Teen Idols tours in the early 2000s. And he was in the hallway afterwards and signing things for people. And I had this with me just in case. And I didn't even know what to say. I walked up to him and I held this open, and he just looked at the book and he looked at me and he looked at the book and he looked at me and he goes, "Do you want me to sign this for you?" And I said, "Yes, please." And he signed it. It was very nice.
Another version.
This is mine. Yeah, I had this before I met you. I've had this for a really long time.
This is mine that I bought when it was new, the first
Look at that, $9.95.
I studied.
You learn a lot from this book, for sure.
I studied that book endlessly in the 10th grade.
Because those pictures on the back, oh my gosh.
Be a little gentle with this one because the spine's coming apart. That's another one I think that precedes the revival.
Monkey Mania.
That's Australian. Yeah, the spine's coming apart a little bit.
It's been well loved, right? You learned a lot from it.
Shitty spine.
I've had this one. I think I got this one maybe in high school.
You're in that, I thought.
Yeah. Yep. This was probably a independently published one. Yep.
This next one's really awesome. I brought this back from my California trip.
Oh yeah, this is cool. Rock and Roll Reference Series. So, yeah, this looks like an 80s print, of course, but it's cracking a little bit. But yeah, that's got a lot of information in there, probably more than anybody would ever want to know, but really cool to have.
This is the first UK
Oh yeah, I got this in the plastic, so I'm not going to take it out.
Record show in like 91.
Yeah, this is so cool. Like I said, I really love these annuals.
There's a famous picture of Elvis Costello holding a copy of this.
Oh, really?
1977. Yeah. And of course, last but not least, the wonderful Andrew Sandoval
and
his
such a cool
day-by-day
book.
first publication of this book. He's done a much more detailed version of it now, but just amazing, great information. His research is beyond reproach. The man's a genius, a legend.
A legend, yeah.
Just an all-around nice guy.
Too fun.
But that is all
the Monkees books. Okay, so I think the last thing we're going to go through here is I collect, of the many things I collect teen magazines from the 60s, 70s, 80s, but the prize of my collection are stuff from the 60s. And you'll see a lot of the bands that we love and enjoy, like on these teen screens, are really great. Stuff from the Beatles. Just really fun time capsules, basically. And great pictures. That's what I love about these, are the pictures. But there is Monkees content in here. It's not just, here we go. Here's from March of '68, so much later in the Monkees' career. Peter promotes fascism. Davy, is he a draft dodger? Mike, visit his new home. Mickey runs for president. I love how they sensationalize everything in these magazines. But, there's more Monkees content there. Exclusive story of Mike's weekend with the Lennons. We know that really did happen.
Here's our third copy.
Oh, yeah, here it is. John found that. I got my Raves here. I don't think the Monkees were on the cover of Rave at all. There's the Small Faces. There is David McCallum. PJ Proby, Eric Burden, Scott Walker, the Rolling Stones, Random Girl. There's that. Yeah, my flips are probably my favorite because they just had the most fun layout, I think, and the best pictures. Pictures that other magazines didn't seem to have. And I know there's ones with Monkey. Oh, here we go. Here's Mickey on the cover of Flip. And there we go. There's another good one. That's from the, what is that episode? Monkeys on the high seas or something? Yeah, when they're on yeah, Monkeys hit the high seas. I used to know the names of these, of the episodes by heart, and they've kind of fell out of my brain after a while, but that's a really fun one. Here's Mike and Peter on the cover of Flip. It's always fun. Here's Peter all by himself on the cover of Flip. Cute. And then teen set. I have boxes of just 16, which featured the Monkees quite a bit. These are my more, I guess you would call rare. Not really rare, but they're worth a little bit more than 16s or Tiger Beats or the other ones. But yeah, teen sets are really good. I think these are the record company might have been behind teen set. Capital. Yeah. So one day, maybe if anybody's interested in seeing these magazines, you know, leave a comment below and I'm happy to do a video where we kind of flip through what I've got in my collection. But yeah, I've got anything from the early 60s to the mid 80s for some of the 16s, but we're focusing on the Monkees, so here's Monkees content. So okay, and that is the end of our Monkees video, and I believe the end of our Monkees collection. There's probably things that we forgot or is packed away or somewhere that we can't remember, like this particular item. This is a poster that we got from the auction where we bought the fan club kit, and I did have it up on the wall in my office, but unfortunately or fortunately, some of my Sparks memorabilia has currently taken over that portion of the room, so we're gonna have to find a space for it elsewhere. But this is a fun little picture of the guys using their guitars as guns. Naughty naughty violence boys. But anyway, this is JT and Heidi Lee. So I married a record collector. Show us your Monkees collections. Let us know what other collections you might want to see. We've got all kinds of stuff down here. We got Beatles, we got Dark Shadows, we got The Who, we got... What else do we got? I don't know. The Kinks, of course. Yes, all kinds of random stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know below. John, wave to the crowd. Say bye-bye.
Say hello to our latest friends, Married to Vinyl.
Yeah.
Who are big Sparks. Good to, of course, hello to everybody we watch. Steve Carlson,
yes.
JT.
Big hellos.
That Old Goat. Rock and Doc, all you guys. It's nice to be back.
We're around. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of stuff. So anyway, from us and our Monkees collection, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.